Yo, what up, what up? It's Big Brandon Carter, BBC. Today I want to talk to you about something, man. It's going to be a little bit of a rant, a little bit of a speech, but I want to share a philosophy with you guys that I think a lot of you might find beneficial. I want to talk to you about pain. I want to talk to you about suffering. I want to talk to you about agony. You know what I'm saying? Like, these sound like bad things, and they feel bad as you're going through them, but you need them in order to grow. You need to feel motherfucking pain in order to, you need to suffer in order to grow, in order to accomplish really anything worthwhile. It makes you capable of accomplishing goals, both in fitness and in your regular life, you know, whatever, career goals, financial goals, family goals, but you got to be willing to suffer, man. You got to be willing to go through some pain, a little bit of agony. But the problem is, a lot of y'all motherfuckers want shit to be easy all the time. A lot of y'all soft ass motherfuckers. So when you see me say some shit like, listen, so like, it's like my video on the training log. I was talking about the importance of keeping a training log because I have never seen anybody create an exceptional physique without maintaining a training log. I was talking about how I write down everything I eat, everything I drink, basically everything, every rep, every set, keep meticulous track of everything and I've been doing that for the past 5 years. I think that's why I've been able to make gains, you know? I think that's the secret. I think that's one of the main secrets to making substantial gains. You gotta keep a log, you know? If you can't measure something, it can't be managed, right? So when I wrote that video, people came up with all types of excuses about why they can't do it, or why it's too much work, or man, I ain't got time for all that shit, or I ain't gonna do all this shit, blah, blah, blah. That's because you motherfuckers is soft. You soft, man. You soft. I'm just gonna come out and say it, man. You soft as hell. Everybody wants results, but nobody wants to put in the effort required because they don't want to suffer. They don't want to do nothing hard. They don't want to do nothing. They don't want to go through any difficulties in order to get that thing. Everything wants some shit handed to them. Maybe your parents handed you shit all your life. You gotta understand, man, to accomplish something great, to accomplish something worthwhile, you're gonna have to do stuff that's hard. You're gonna have to suffer a little bit, man. Or even when I was talking about the portion size method, and I was talking about how I portion out my food each day, you know? People are saying, oh, that's too much. Like, go, I'll put the link to all the videos I'm talking about in the description. Read the comments on those videos, man. People saying, that's too much work. Oh, man, I can't do all that shit. Fuck that. I got a job. I got a family, blah, 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 blah. I got school. You ain't the first motherfucker to go to school and have to work out. You ain't the first motherfucker that had a job and had to work out. You ain't the first motherfucker with a family, but you still wanted to work out. Don't blame your motherfucking family for your weakness, all right? Don't blame your motherfucking job or school for your weakness. If you was tough enough, you could do it. If you was tough enough, you can go to school, you can go to work, raise a family, and work out for an hour a fucking day. Motherfuckers watch TV for an hour a day. Motherfuckers know who won the Super Bowl. Motherfuckers seen the best movies that's out. Motherfuckers seen the latest movies. Here's the thing, man. Last movie I seen was Batman. Like 2 years ago, man. Cause I ain't got time for that shit, man. I got a lot of goals. So like, some shit's gonna have to suffer. You know what I'm saying? Some shit is gonna have to get cut out. I don't watch very much TV. I can't remember the last TV show I seen. Stop making excuses about why you can't do something or why something's too hard for you to accomplish, man. Whatever it is you wanna do, whatever your goal is, whether it's fitness or in life, find out how to do it and then do it no matter what. Find out what's required to accomplish that and do what's required no matter what. No matter what, man. Don't make no fucking excuses, man. A lot of you saying, oh, it's easy for you to say blah, 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 blah. But here's the thing, man. Let me tell you a little story. I don't like to talk about the story too much because I get a little emotional, but whatever. A few years ago, father committed suicide, man. Shot himself in the motherfucking head, right? I was back in Chicago. I was in New York, so I had to fly back to Chicago. Now I'm the man of the family. Now I gotta take care of moms, you know what I'm saying? So like I get back to New York, I'm working 2 jobs. Cause my dad left a financial mess back in Chicago that I had to clean up, right? I was working 2 jobs, man. I was working like 14 hours a day, no bullshit. I was working security and I was working for a moving company. But I still woke up at 5 o'clock every day, man, to work out before work. You know what I'm saying? And I went to sleep as early as I could so I can get as much sleep as I could. And the window for sleep was fucking tight, but I knew sleep was important for me to accomplish my goals. So I just got a little bit of sleep, man. I worked 14 hours a day. I woke up at 5, I worked 2 jobs, I was working like at least 14 hours every day. This is 7 days a week, man. Like almost no days off. Waking up at 5, man, getting it in. You know, because my goals were important to me. All right, I could have just made excuses, be like, oh yeah, man, my dead daddy left all this motherfucking mess for me, so let me just handle this shit. And that would have been a good excuse, man. I could have just been like, yo, I'm mourning my father. He was my best friend. He shot himself in the motherfucking head, and I got to deal with all this bullshit back in Chicago. That'd have been a good excuse. That'd have been a good excuse for me to fucking bullshit on my goals. But fuck that, man. Nobody gives a fuck about my fucking excuses. Just like nobody gives a fuck about your excuses, man. You can't go up to no hot chick and be like, yo, look, yo, baby, I know I ain't got the motherfucking body. I know I ain't got the motherfucking body that you looking for, but you gotta understand, I got school and work, so you know, you should fuck with me anyway. They don't work like that, man. She don't give a fuck about your excuses. She only cares about results, man. She only cares about results. These kind of results. That's how it works on planet Earth. Nobody gives a fuck about your excuses. You gotta be willing to do what's required to achieve any results that you want. And a lot of time, what's required is for you to go through a lot of pain. So my dad, he shot himself, right? And that was painful. That was painful for me, right? That was my motherfucking nigga, right? My mom was crying, blah blah blah. There's a lot of pain, right? But that fucking pain made me stronger. Like no bullshit. Like it's a sad thing, but what came out of it, like I became a man at that moment. That was the moment I really felt like I became a man. Doing what I had to do to dig myself and my family out of the mess that he left. Enduring all of that, you know, the fucking working 2 jobs, waking up at 5 a.m. 7 days a week. It was a struggle. You know what I'm saying? I was working security, and I was working for a moving company. So like these weren't like good fucking jobs. These were fucking hard jobs. But doing all that shit, going through all that pain, man, it let me know what I was capable of. You know what I'm saying? How much I can take. So now when I have a challenge, I was like, nah, man, I've been through way worse than that. Cause that pain, that agony, going through that agony, it taught me that I can take more. So a lot of you guys avoid painful situations, right? Let's say like you see a bad chick, right? You see a chick at the subway or whatever. You might not talk to her, right? Why don't you talk to her? Because you're scared, fear of rejection, right? That pain. You're trying to avoid that pain. But you gotta understand that's human nature. By default, human beings move away from pain. You might see this chick and you know what I'm saying, but you gotta be willing to endure the possibility of pain in order to talk to her. And she might fucking diss you. And that you're gonna have to deal with that pain. But that's okay. Become good at dealing with pain. If you're willing to deal with that pain, whether she diss you or not, you know, she might diss you, right? So you gotta deal with that pain. But at least you did it. Now that you dealt with that pain, it wasn't so bad. You know what I'm saying? Now you can talk to another girl. She might diss you too. But you're gonna keep doing it. Eventually, you'll find some girl that likes you. And that's just an example. It goes down with anything. Anything you want to accomplish, you got to go through pain to get there. That's the beauty of weight training or resistance training or fitness. I'm gonna let you in on a little secret. I fucking hate lifting weights. I fucking hate it, right? I hate running. I hate cardio. I hate working out. I like the results. You know what I'm saying? I like the results. So like the beauty of fitness is it teaches you results are going to require effort. And that effort may cause pain. And that's just how life works. That's just how life works, man. It's a sacrifice. And it's like that with anything you want. You gotta make the sacrifices in order to get the results. Because like we said before, results are the only thing that matters on here on planet Earth. You know what I'm saying? Excuses, no one gives a fuck about your bullshit excuses. Most of the time, something you want is something painful in a way. You want muscles, you gotta do weight training to get the muscles. You know what I'm saying? You wanna be a player, have sex with a bunch of people, you're gonna have to get rejected a lot, you know? You wanna have a better jump shot, you gotta shoot a shitload of jump shots. When you first started, they're not gonna go in, it's gonna suck. And you're gonna look stupid out there missing all them goddamn jump shots. But eventually, over time, after you go through the pain of missing thousands of jump shots and eventually slowly getting better and better, if you do that for long enough, you will end up being a good jump shot shooter. You know what I'm saying? It's practice. To being a good athlete, you gotta go through the pain of practice. Human beings have the tendency to move away from pain. A lot of people don't get good at anything. A lot of people don't get any kind of good results. A lot of people live a very mediocre resistance because they spend their whole life avoiding pain. You have to go through something painful in order to get something pleasurable. So the key is to focus on what you want. The thing you have to go through in order to get there, you just have to be tough enough to go through it And you have to focus on what you want as opposed to the pain that you're enduring at the time. You understand what I'm saying? I was working 2 jobs and waking up at 5 a.m. every day. It was awful, right? It was straight up awful. But I knew that suffering would pay off dividends, you know what I'm saying? In money. You know what I'm saying? Cash money. Cash money that I needed to take care of my family and take care of myself. You know what I'm saying? Dig myself out of that hole, which I did. I was thinking about where I wanted to be instead of what I was going through. The pain I was going through. And it's just like that when I was a skinny motherfucker trying to lift weights, you know, and I was just not in good shape at all. No cuts, no muscles. I was in the gym not knowing what to do. And I had to go through that painful process of, you know, when you first lift weights and you're kind of intimidated to go in there. You don't want to, people see you lifting light weights. You know what I'm saying? You think everybody's laughing at you, all that shit. I had to go through that. It's painful, but you got to go through it to get to the promised land. Basically what I'm saying is most of you motherfuckers are soft, all right? And that's okay, because we all start off kind of soft. But you gotta get good at enduring pain, and good at enduring agony. And then once you get good at that, man, there's nothing you can't accomplish, right? Because the only thing that keeps you from accomplishing anything is really your unwillingness to go through the pain that's required to accomplish that goal. Good at basketball means a ton of practice. You know what I'm saying? Putting on muscle mass means a ton of lifting weights, a ton of eating, a ton of sleep, a ton of discipline. Any big goal you have, anything special, any goal worth having, it's going to be difficult to get there. You should be happy that it's difficult, man. You should be happy that it's hard to accomplish your goal. And I'm going to tell you why. Because most motherfuckers are soft. And most motherfuckers aren't willing to go through those difficulties in order to accomplish the goal that you want. So once you do accomplish that goal, it'll be special because most people can't do it. Be happy that it's difficult. Because if it was easy, it wouldn't be special. And anyone could do it. It's like that girl, man, that nobody could get, you know, but everybody likes, right? There's value in that girl, but like the chick who's sleeping with everyone, you know what I'm saying? Who gives a fuck? You know what I'm saying? That's nothing to brag about. You probably won't even tell nobody about it. You know what I'm saying? So if you want to accomplish something and it's difficult, that's good. That means you picked something worth doing. You know what I'm saying? You didn't pick something that was bullshit that anybody could do. Most motherfuckers are soft, man, so they're not going after big goals, or they're not seriously going after big goals. They say they want it. They say they want to be in good shape. They say they want to make a lot of money. They say they want to start their own business, but all that shit is difficult. All that shit is crazy difficult. So they make excuses. Oh, my family, my job, blah, 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 blah. Who gives a fuck? I don't have enough time. Nobody gives a fuck about your bullshit excuses. People only care about results. They don't care what you had to go through to get it. They just care if you got it. That's how it works on planet Earth, man. You cannot go into the Bentley dealership and be like, yo, listen, man, I know I ain't got the money or the credit, right? Check me out. I know I ain't got the money or the credit, but you should give me this shit anyway because I had a hard upbringing. You know what I'm saying? They don't give a fuck about your bullshit excuses. All they care about is results. And those results they care about is money, credit, blah, blah, blah. So anyway, man, I'm ranting a little bit, but yo, what I want to say is get good at enduring pain. Get good at suffering. Get good at doing things that people don't want to do. If you want to be successful, you need that, man. My man Brian Tracy, one of my favorite authors, said successful people do what they're supposed to do whether they feel like it or not. And that's toughness, man. So it's gonna be painful to do that. You're gonna have to go through some agony, but it's gonna pay off in the end, all right? Hope that helps, man. Hope I didn't rant too much. Thanks for listening.